Recently, me and my fiance purchased this condo right in the middle of Thong Lor. This is one of the most central, affluent neighborhoods in Bangkok. Now, Thong Lor is known for being fashionable and trendy. It's got beautiful rooftop bars, gorgeous restaurants, and celebrity-filled nightclubs. But if you ask me, honestly, I've always thought Thong Lor was overrated. So you might be wondering, why the hell did we move here? Well, over the next 24 hours, we're going to deep dive into this neighborhood and peel back the pretentious facade. I'll explore the area in depth. I'll talk to the people who call Thong Lor home, and we'll find out what else does Thong Lor actually offer. And what we find might surprise you. I did not expect to see cows in Thong Lor. Hello, buddy. This is 24 Hours in Thong Lor, Bangkok, my new neighborhood. Okay, I thought we could begin very quickly at the condo. This is the condo that we've just purchased. It is an older unit that needs fully renovating, and that's what our big project is in the behind the scenes. We're still in the design phase. If you want to follow that entire journey, there's information in the description below because I'm sharing all of the build on my Patreon. However, this is the perfect place to just begin our exploration of Thong Lor because I kind of live at the north top side of Thong Lor, near the canal. So I think we'll just go for a little wander around the Sois and the back streets and start to begin our discovery of Thong Lor and see what we can find. So where exactly is Thong Lor on the map? Well, if you look on Google Maps, you'll see Thong Lor is a neighborhood smack bang in the middle of Bangkok on the Sukhumvit BTS line. You've got Ekamai to the right and you've got Pom Prong to the left. Not too far away from Siam Paragon, so it's a fantastic location to live, and it's one of the reasons why we chose to live in Thong Lor is such a fantastic location. Very central to the city. There's a main road that goes all the way from the canal straight down towards the BTS, and then it goes on onto Sukhumvit 36, and this main road acts as the artery of Thong Lor, and we'll go check it out later. It's very busy, lots of traffic, but these side sois, which is where I live, just off the main Thong Lor road, there's actually loads of little hidden gems here. There's a nice community feeling. What you'll find is Thong Lor has lots of sky rises, lots of high price luxury condos, some of which are just eye-wateringly expensive. But down these little sois here, you see communities, you see affordable housing, you see luxury homes, you see all different types of people, including, look at this, a little street food seller here, fried fish, some gai yang, some fried chicken, and a guard dog. Don't mess with the guard dog, guys. Now, one thing to note, it's not very pedestrian friendly on these sois. You have to awkwardly navigate yourself on the road, hope a car doesn't come from behind you and take you out. And the cars that are using the sois to cut across from Ekamai to Thong Lor, etc., you do see some really lovely cars in this neighborhood. I saw a Ferrari parked outside a 7-Eleven a few days ago. So anyway, I've saved a bunch of places on my Google Maps. I sort of delved in and zoomed in and went down all the little sois to find things away from the rooftop bars and overpriced restaurants to really find out, like, is there anything interesting in Thong Lor, or is it all just superficial? So I've saved a few interesting places, and this is the first one. There is a giant temple here. This looks really strange, strangely beautiful, very photogenic. But can we go inside? And if we can, what's inside? So this is Wat Pasi. It's a small but fascinating Buddhist temple hidden right here in the middle of Thong Lor. There's loads of trinkets and unusual statues and just all of the things you would expect in a Buddhist temple anywhere else in Thailand, but not in the middle of the city. There is so much going on in this temple. I don't feel like I'm in the middle of Bangkok. I feel like I'm in some obscure, unique, artistic temple out in the provinces of Isan or somewhere. The first thing you notice is the constant bird song. You You can't hear the beeping, you can't hear the traffic. There are locals nearly in every little nook and cranny giving an offering to a little trinket or a statue, a goddess, a ghost. I'm not quite sure, there's so many different things going on here. There are chickens here, there's even cows. Now, the cows were in their pens at the time, but apparently this is all part of a temple environment because caring for animals is closely linked to merit making and compassion, two huge parts of being a Buddhist. And this temple serves the local community really well. Inside was a school, a huge monastery, and it just feels really quiet, personal, and very raw compared to the outside glitz and glam of Thong Lor. This temple, Wat Pa Si, is a reminder that beneath the modern city and amongst all these trend setters, there's a spiritual, calm, humble side to Thong Lor. I did not expect to see cows in Thong Lor. Hello, buddy. This is a beautiful temple and you should definitely come and visit. But it's just throwing me off because not only do they have cows here, but it's incredibly beautiful, as you can see, and I love the story of the temple. But just because it's right in the middle of Thong Lor, surrounded by apartment buildings and everything, but just to find one in this particular part of Bangkok is very, very unique. So, as with every single place that we'll visit today on our exploration of Thong Lor, the Google Map link will be in the description. Come and check it out, come and visit this place and pay your respects to the temple, the monks, and the cows. Right, well that temple was brilliant and there's loads of local street food vendors here. There's people cooking out all sorts of affordable food, which I think I might check out in a minute, because just next door to this temple is a big school, and next to that, according to Google Maps anyway, is a park. Now, moving to Thong Lor, one of the big sacrifices we had to bite was the fact that we'd be moving further away from Benchikiti and Benchasiri Park in Phom Prong and Asok. Instead of it being a 10-minute walk to the park, it's now going to be a 30-40 minute walk, or probably a quick little grab motorbike taxi, which was a big hit in terms of livability. And it was a sacrifice we made when we found that unit for sale. But on Google Maps, 5-minute walk from my house is this park. But it doesn't really look that big, and I don't know what to expect. Let's go check it out. So according to Google, this is the park. So there's this really big intersection here that links the Ekamai main road with Phetchaburi Road, and it's one of the main arteries of central Bangkok, and it's also a building site. You can see the temple behind me there, and I think I'm actually walking the wrong way. I think I have to go this way and go underneath. And apparently there's a park under or within the intersection itself. I'm not expecting anything fantastic, but if there's a little bit of a community, if there's a little bit of a green space, and maybe a little, exercise area, then it might turn out to be a godsend, to be honest. So let's just find out. The walkway here is actually quite pretty. They've got these nice bushes lining the path, and as we walk past the temple, we should hopefully find an entrance to this park. Let's see. This is the kind of area that if I was in London, I would definitely turn around and walk in the opposite direction. This is where a lot of homeless people would probably hang out, and drug addicts, and not the safest kind of place. But here in Bangkok, I don't have that fear, obviously. Oh my God, there's a park. I was not expecting this. There are kids here. I'll just get a wide angle shot because there's quite a few parents here with their kids. And there is a bit of a green space. Now, it's not big. It's probably the size of a tennis court. And then there's another little shaded area where I think people might hang out with their kids. Good spot to have a picnic, a good spot to just escape the complete concrete jungle of Bangkok. We are right next to the canal, so there will be noisy canal boats flying past you as you try to enjoy the green space. There are a lot of construction work going on the canal at the moment, but there is a park. There is a park in Thong Lor. Is it world class? No. Is it the best park in Bangkok? Absolutely not. But we do have a park, and it is somewhere that I think, at a push, if I wanted to grab Miss P and get her out the house, I could, you know, put a little baguette, packet of crisps, maybe some strawberries, a couple of cans, and sit up on the grass on an afternoon and enjoy a park in Thong Lor. I'm glad I finally came to check it out. Oh, there is another section actually on the other side of the overpass. Let's see what the second section of the park holds in store. Okay, I hope you can hear me. There's a very noisy generator pumping water out of the canal. I think it's something to do with the construction work. There is ambulances and all types of sirens and noise from the flyovers. This is not a relaxing park, but there is a park. I mean, look, it's not perfect, right? It's in the middle of a giant intersection of Bangkok, so there's a lot of noise, including that really loud generator, but they're really trying. I think this is the kind of park that in 2 years would be the spot of Thong Lor. I'm picturing, you know, a little bit of live jazz on a Sunday and like picnic tables and chairs and, you know, Aperol Spritz tent and, you know, arts and crafts for the kids, people playing basketball. It's not the biggest park, but it's got potential. I just think it needs a couple of years to finish. And they need a pedestrian bridge so we can go over there. I also saw there's a skate park underneath the intersection, but on the other side of the canal. So this place has got so much potential. Thong Lor, let's get this finished and let's get it popping and let's get that generator turned off. Gary got me into the world of electric tuk-tuks as well here in Bangkok. There's an app called Move Me, not sponsored, but they have these electric tuk-tuks, and especially on quieter days like a Sunday or early morning on a Saturday anyway, I think it's acceptable to call a tuk-tuk because you can whiz through the little side streets, the little sois of Thong Lor and other areas of Bangkok without getting stuck in mindless traffic on the main Thong Lor road. And also, if you're not really into jumping on the back of a motorcycle, then this is a safer option, especially if you've got kids and stuff like that. And you just want to you don't want to go big distances. Big distances, get on the canal boat, get on the BTS, go on the MRT. If you're just going a little short distance in between neighborhoods, check out Move Me. Here comes my ride right now. This little red electric tuk-tuk. Sawadee. They even have, believe it or not, seat belts. Do you remember these? I swear to God, I haven't seen a seat belt in a taxi for like 5 years in Bangkok. Welcome to an electric tuk-tuk. A great way to get around Thong Lor, it seems. Obviously electric means it's quiet, good for the environment. And as you go through central Bangkok, you get a nice breeze coming through, which is a godsend on any day of the week in Thailand. Okie dokie. So welcome to Patom Organic Living, a beautiful little cafe that me and Miss P found just hidden down one of these little sois in Thong Lor. There's a little yoga studio where I often see people practicing yoga, and then there's a tea room here, Chinese tea place, and the cafe itself inside, you know, aircon, beautifully tasteful music playing like jazz and things like that, and really good coffee, really good drinks, really good pastries. Their cinnamon rolls are fantastic. They also do their own range of like organic soaps, shampoos, lotions and all kinds of things for the bathroom. There's also frogs in the pond here, and it's a little oasis in the middle of Thong Lor and a great place to use the aircon, get a nice cold drink, or to sit out here in the garden and enjoy the sound of the frogs having sex. it's also the perfect place to sit down and give you a little bit of information about the most important app that you need when you travel, and that is of course today's sponsor, Airalo. Landing in a new country with no signal, no Wi-Fi, and getting completely destroyed by data roaming charges, this is no way to travel. That's why for years now I've been using Airalo, one of the best places to get your eSIMs. Airalo is the world's first eSIM store, trusted by over 15 million travelers, and it lets you download a digital SIM card straight to your phone. No physical SIM cards, no airport lines, and no having to change your phone number. I've used Airalo now across multiple trips, across multiple countries. And for me, the best part is knowing the second you land, you can toggle on and connect to a local data plan. And if you've never used Airalo before, if you use my code PADDY3 at checkout, you'll get $3 off your first eSIM. Make sure to use the link in the description of this video, and don't forget to use code PADDY3 if this is your first time using Airalo, to get that $3 off. Thanks to Airalo for sponsoring today's video. What's really common in Thong Lor is when you go down these little side sois, it's very residential. Lots of houses, big houses with private gates, 4-bedroom garden. Quite unusual to find that kind of residential property in such a central region. Of course, lots of condominiums. It's not until you venture down these little sois of 51 or 49 or 53 where you see just the real personality of Thong Lor, away from the main stretch of road. It's not uncommon to see someone pull up in a G-Wagon, jump out, grab some ramen, maybe get some street food, and jump back in and drive back to their condo. Equally, it's not uncommon to see a Bentley parked up outside a fancy Japanese ham roll restaurant. Now, the Japanese make up a huge majority of the people who live in Thong Lor alongside Thai nationals, but Japanese is a big contingency here. You'll see Japanese supermarkets, Japanese restaurants and bars. And so with that comes a very calm, quiet, relaxed neighborhood feeling in these little sois. Now, I could just walk around Thong Lor all day, but it is getting quite hot. So I'm gonna go meet somebody, an expat who's been living in Thong Lor now for a while. I'm gonna ask him some questions about what it's like to live in Thong Lor and what can I expect moving here, and to see if there's any hidden gems he can recommend, and also if there's any negatives to living here. Because so far, I've loved this little adventure, but yeah, let's go speak to a local, someone who actually lives here and has lived in experience. Right, come in, don't be shy. No, come here.
Oh, okay.
Everyone, this is Jason. Jason, we've just had a nice little coffee and we've been catching up. We've never met before, but Jason's lived in Thong Lor almost for 1 year now. You semi-retired and moved to Thailand, right?
Correct.
He took the big move, he sold his guitar collection and moved to Thong Lor. So I thought, since you've lived here for a year, I could ask you a couple of quick questions about what it's like living in Thong Lor, because I'm a new resident here.
Welcome. Sounds good to me.
Thanks. And I'm sure we'll go for a pint of beer in Thong Lor.
Oh, definitely.
We're connected now online.
Well, if we're not banned by the election weekend.
Everything is shut because they're having an election, so you can't get a beer until 6 p.m. So we were going to jump into this little Isan restaurant here, but it's shut. Anyway, what's it like living in Thong Lor? Is it overrated, underrated? Have you had a good time here?
Well, I love it. I mean, I'm still new. I'm still in the honeymoon period, but I mean, I carefully looked at many different neighborhoods when I was searching for a place.
I bet you researched the hell out of Bangkok.
I did. The plan was to live on the Sukhumvit corridor here, at least at first, and not right in Asoko Nana.
A bit too central,
a bit too central, a bit too crazy, just to be kind of a little bit isolated. But it's great here. I mean, the location, my building is literally connected to the BTS. I could go out in rainstorms. I could go in and out shopping, lugging stuff, whatever. And I'm not having to walk half a kilometer from the train station, which sounds like a first world problem, but after many trips, it's convenient living on the BTS.
It is. And have you made many friends here? Is there like an expat community? Is there other Americans and stuff that you've met here, or just Thai people or anyone?
Oh, all the above. And it's overwhelming how moving here in an advanced age. When you first go to college, it's easy to meet people because everybody lives in the dorm.
Yeah.
They're in the same boat. But here it's kind of like that. I mean, I have good friends in my building. I've got people to do stuff with and go have drinks with, get a bite with. And,
nice.
And all along.
So you're not lonely?
Not lonely. You
can never be lonely in Bangkok.
Never be lonely. Or just walking down the street, you see some Thai people and you just practice your Thai with them. And
he speaks quite a good Thai, actually.
No, I can't.
So what challenges do you find living in Thong Lor? Because not everywhere's perfect, right?
Well, nowhere's perfect. I mean, let's see, challenges. That's the hard one. That's like.
Is there anything that stresses you out? Like, Thong Lor. Is it the noise of this intersection in front of your condo? I don't know.
No, because I'm high up enough where it's just it's like white noise to me. Even if I have the windows open, it's just white noise and it's relaxing. Even late at night, the view is beautiful.
Do you find it expensive living around here?
Comparatively to other areas of Bangkok that I've priced, it's a little more expensive, but comparatively to Los Angeles, where I came from, it's not
okay, so it sounds like Thong Lor is actually a nice place. If you want to learn more about his apartment, by the way, you did an interview with Sam. Yep. So Sam is another YouTuber, he's a friend of mine, and he actually interviewed you and you showed him around your house. So I'll link that video below so you can go stalk him and see where he lives.
Yes. I've had a few people who've done that. Yeah. And then one or two people with the nasty comments, and those are the ones I remember.
Be nice, okay? Be nice.
Yes, be
it's
nice.
Okay. My subscribers, there's no trolls, okay? Everyone's loving and accepting, right? Last question. So I've got one evening here to sort of dot around, have a look for things. Now, obviously, there's an election, so things are a bit closed until 6. But is there any bar, any restaurant, any rooftop, anywhere that you've stumbled into or found accidentally that's a bit under the radar, not necessarily like a big viral, Instagram place that you've gone, right, Paddy should check that out?
Oh yeah, good question. That's the place we're standing in front of right here. Okay. There's no way cars could get to it. It's kind of behind the buildings right on Sukhumvit.
He was like, I've got somewhere for you. And then I was like, where are you taking me?
So yeah, it's kind of like behind a little market where they sell street food. And you walk in and you see there's Lost in Thaislation. It's a whiskey bar.
Cool.
And then next to it is this little Isan bar. Really good. They've got cocktails. They've got Isan Food. They're open pretty late. And sometimes when I just want to get my Isan fix, I'll just walk over, and not a lot of people know about it.
That is fantastic because I'm the same. Last night, I got a craving for duck larb, somtam, and sticky rice. Now, I ordered it on Grab, but knowing I could come here and maybe get something like that.
That's
only brilliant.
That, but yeah, just take a look at the little complex. I mean, people live here, and it's cop.
She's open now.
Yeah, she's opening for
We'll
us.
go in. We'll go support her, and we'll go. We'll have a little drink or maybe a little snack. Absolutely. All right. Well, Jason, thank you so much, mate. It's been really nice to meet you.
You got
it. And go stalk him on the description if you're interested in what it's like living in Thong Lor.
Jason Thai Guy 555. It's cool. I'm not much of a content creator, but I'm there in case anybody.
No. It's just nice to meet someone, make a connection in Thong Lor, so that if I'm ever lonely and I want to go down the pub and have a drink, I can just text you.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Jason, what a great lad. And this hidden gem Isan restaurant was awesome. We ordered a few dishes and we shared a bowl of noodles, and I can't wait to come back here with the missus. And over dinner, Jason told me of a few rooftop bars that I needed to check out. So after our little meal, I set off on the hunt for one of these rooftop bars. The first rooftop bar lives here at the top of the Marriott Hotel. It's called Octave, and apparently it's really nice.
Okay, we're going up to a rooftop bar in Thong Lor. Let's see if it's worth the hype. Okay, wasn't Jason a lovely gentleman? And we had a lovely conversation over some Isan food, and he told me loads of interesting things about Thong Lor. And I just feel like it's nice to connect with someone and to make a friend in this neighborhood. We don't obviously move in until June, but still. And then, as you've seen, I've come across the road and up to one of the very many rooftop bars in Thong Lor. This one's called Octave. I've never been here before, but you come into the posh Marriott hotel, you get the lift all the way up to the top floor, and free to enter, and you're allowed to wear shorts. I put my jeans on, thinking that I would need them, but no, you can come up here in shorts, so it's not that pretentious. The only problem is, upstairs where they have the DJ playing and there's a whole 360 viewing platform, they are blasting the music beyond comprehension. I mean, it's not, I don't want to sound like an old fart, but it was so loud upstairs, I couldn't hear the lady behind the bar. I was like, can I have a soda? And she was like, I was like, what? I was just getting a pounding headache. So I've come down one floor. There's like a little downstairs area. I don't know how you could function upstairs. The music is way too loud. Anyway, I've got myself a soda water, and I've got a fantastic view. Thong Lor is so central. You can see every neighborhood in every direction, including Pom Prong, which is obviously where I live at the minute. You can see my building, which is nice. I can see other rooftop bars, other infinity pools on top of posh condominiums and apartment buildings and 5-star hotels. And there's a BTS line right below us, whizzing past. And up here, you can't really hear the traffic downstairs, which is nice. And on this floor, the music's the perfect level. So I'm just gonna enjoy a drink or two, see if we can meet some people. Because upstairs, I cannot talk to anyone. Because even though the music is really good, it's just way too loud.
Octave has a fantastic view, and my quiet corner was the perfect spot to enjoy the sunset. And what was really nice was at 6 p.m, when alcohol was available for purchase, a subscriber from Denmark came over with a beer for me. So cheers to Denmark.
Tak, as they say in Denmark. Tak.
Once the sun went down, the party mood turned up and Octave became a really cool place to be. However, I could see another rooftop across the road and it also looked really cool. So I decided to finish my beer and make my way down and over the Sukhumvit road to check out this other rooftop bar. Now the security was tight. You'll need your passport and they charge you for your drink before you go up. I paid 350 baht for a Corona, which I'll pick up once I get to the top. Upstairs, the music was awesome. The views were incredible and the decor was just stunning. This is one of the most beautiful rooftop bars I've ever seen. It was expensive up here, so make sure you bring your wallet, but everyone was enjoying themselves and I made loads of friends up here. But to be honest, it was a bit too busy and not really my scene.
Okie dokie, Octave turned out to be quite a good experience because a few subscribers came over and we had a few beers and we watched the sunset. And as I was leaving, I found out that we didn't get charged any entrance fee because of this no alcohol rule before 6 o'clock. But normally it would be 600 baht to enter. But anyway, I came across and I went up to the Tichuca rooftop bar, and that place is beautiful and the music is really good. It's at the perfect level. The only problem is it's so popular that it kind of feels like you're on a slip-in slide queuing up for the fast slide. Everyone's on the stairs queuing up, trying to get the perfect shot. Everyone's on holiday. It's the last night they're in Bangkok or the first night. So some people have absolutely no idea about the money and they're just spending their money on drinks. Other people are literally on their last baht worrying about how they can get a tuk-tuk back to their hostel. It's really, really a fun place to meet people, lots of travelers from around the world. and I got to speak to quite a few people up there. But it's not really my scene, either Octave or this one, because it's quite, you know, it's beautiful. I love it, fantastic, but it's not where I feel comfortable. So there is actually an English pub across the street called the Old English. So let's finish the video with a pint there, and then we'll round up our experience and I'll give you my conclusions about my time in Thong Lor.
So yeah, this is the Old English pub. You'll find it on the exit of the BTS at Thong Lor. They have really cheap lagers during their happy hours, and they have a great Western food menu, including a delicious Sunday roast. They show all the live sports, they have pool tables, and it's a great hub for expats who live in Thong Lor to meet up, have a pint, and watch the match. I went for the roast pork Sunday roast with the Yorkshire puddings, all the veggies, and gravy, and it was delicious.
So good.
It was the perfect end to a great day exploring my new neighbourhood of Thong Lor.
Okie dokie. That's the end of the evening, and that's the end of our full day together exploring my new neighbourhood of Thong Lor. And I think during this video, like during the filming process, I've learned so much about this neighbourhood. There is so much more than just superficial, you know, nightclubs and rooftop bars and fancy restaurants. I didn't really showcase too much of that side of this area because it would be expensive. And I just wanted this video to be a chilled out, mainly on foot type of video. But we ended up, you know, getting to know both, or many sides to Thong Lor, right? We saw that crazy cow temple. We had, you know, local experiences. We met local people. We met people who are expats who've lived here. I think it goes to show you that Thong Lor has many personalities, and the one that you might know it as might not be the correct one. And I would love to show Thong Lor way more love, and I will do in the future because I'm moving here. The first week of June, we'll be moving into hopefully a fully finished, fully renovated condominium. And we'll probably make lots of content in Thong Lor. So if you do want to learn more about Thong Lor, about Bangkok, and about Thailand, and about the world, then this might be your best YouTube channel that you find today. If you're new, subscribe. It's free to do, and I would really appreciate it. And I'm going to catch the BTS, go home, go see Miss P, and tell her that I'm really happy we bought a condo in Thong Lor.